Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at something unique again. And this one is from Meze Audio. And this is the ALBA. So I'm just going to open up this nice little box. Some instructions for the tips and stuff. Here's your ear tips right in there. They look just like this. They have some wide bore and then a little bit less wide bore, so you get two different sets with two different size bores. Here's the beautiful cable that comes with it. It is 3.5. There is an optional 4.4 cable, which I have on it right now. Here is your nice 2-pin connectors right there. An overall nice little quality cable for this, considering this one is it's under 150. I'm not exactly sure the price, but you get that in the package as well, so that's a nice value. And you also get this, which is a C to headphone jack adapter for phones that don't have a headphone jack. Very thoughtful of the company to do that. Here is the beautiful case which it comes with, keeping that white theme. And I believe, I know I just have tips in here. Just have the different tips inside of here. Here is the DAC that comes with it. So it's a nice little fixed cable, USB-C to 3.5 DAC. And it sounds nice on that, but I think these do better with something a little bit more powerful. That's why I got the balanced. So this is it with the balanced cable, and I also got a set of spin fits on it because I put those on because I like them. But here is a optional upgrade cable. 4.4. Nice metal fittings. And those nice kind of with the red, so you know which one it is. Look at the beautiful design of this. Yes, I know this looks like a certain one that was out, but this is just like they had a black version of this, which was a more expensive set. Meze is the one that had this design, and they've been using it. They switched over to this from the other one that they had. What was it? The Ra. I can't remember what it was, to be honest. I didn't get to try it. I did try the Penta, but then there was one after it that was a single driver, I think. Really nice looking. All of their IAMs are really nice looking. I'm going to try to get this off so we can see the nozzles. Here's your nozzles right there. Not the shortest, but obviously not the longest nozzle I've seen. And let's see if I can fit those. Spin fits on there, back. So, okay. Cutting through all of the nice shape, I found isolation and comfort were very, very good on these. It's a unique shape. I don't know how it's going to fit everybody's ears, but for me, isolation and comfort were perfect. I like the material. It does have a little weight to it, so I'm assuming this isn't plastic at all. I don't know if it's porcelain or metal or whatever it's made out of. I suppose I should have looked up what it was. So this is a single dynamic driver, and I'm going to switch over to the thing here. It is a 10.8 millimeter dynamic driver. Its frequency response is 15 to 25 kilohertz. The impedance is 32 ohms. SPL sound pressure level is 109 decibels. It is zinc, alloy, and anodized aluminum. So there we go. That's connectors. It has the 2-pin connector. The other one was the Advar. That's the more expensive black one of these that came out before that certain other company, which I like that company as well, but they do have one that copies this. And I think it starts with a Q. Anyway, it's $149 for this, and you get that dongle DAC and everything else. So that's really, really good. So, very comfortable, good value with the accessories. I mean, this is a beautiful little case, and it's really soft on the inside. This is like felt or something. Very, very soft. It's almost like a silky feeling. Let me get into the sound. That's not mine. I don't want that. Where are my notes? Bear with me for just 1 second. You so much as tap this mouse on the keyboard and I lose my spot. So anybody that's had Meze, and I do have Meze, I have my things right over here, which I absolutely love, that are covered up. And I'll uncover them for this. Right here. The wonderful classic 99s. I absolutely love these. That's why they have a dust cover on them. Put those back. It has that Meze sound. You know, if you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, it's got a kind of harmonish, neutral tonality to it with some nice warmth. You know, like it's a fixed kind of, it's a little different, like a little variant of the Harman tuning. Very, very good. Very, very enjoyable. There's a good bass response. The bass response has very good texture and some smooth warmth. It's very good, especially when something calls for it. If you're listening to like hip hop or something like that, very, very, very nice. Mid-range wise, it has a very nice kind of somewhat neutral, but a little warmth there in the mid-range. Very, very clear. A lot of neutrality to it. I would say it's just slightly north of neutral. Excellent though. Just wide sounding and decent separation and details in the mid-range. There's decent details in the bass too. But I mean the mid-range very, very good, very, very pleasant. Definitely not for critical listening. This is for enjoyment. I think that I mean, considering this is a single dynamic driver, it handles all three frequencies quite well. There is a nice soundstage to this. I wouldn't say it's like super wide, but ultimately the soundstage is good and it works for the tuning that's in this. I'd say it is above average in its width. Maybe not as deep. Accurate. Very good separation. That treble, which I didn't mention, but I should mention now, that treble has a decent sparkle. It's not like overly powerful treble. It just sounds kind of natural and well extended. There's enough sparkle and air there, and details, and even some micro details, which is amazing for a a single dynamic driver. Ultimately, I think even at higher volumes, this didn't sound harsh in the least bit. And that I can appreciate that. I mean, I could listen to these all day long, to be quite honest. The only qualm I had was I think they sounded better with different tips than the tips that came with it. I didn't really like it with the wide bore tips on it. I did end up switching to these spin fits, which has a smaller bore. You could pick whatever tips you want and whatever bore size, depending on how much the bass and everything reacts to the way you like it. But ultimately, I thought that these were comfortable, well made, and just had a really super enjoyable sound. Not a super fun sound, not a heavy bass hitting you in the head and the thick mids and everything. The mids were just well textured, kind of neutrality to them, and a little warmth there to them, especially the lower ones. The upper ones, no brightness, no harsh, no glaring. I think the position of the vocals was centered and good. Maybe just a little bit forward from the center for female vocals. So ultimately, the sound just worked. Would I listen to these a lot? I think I would, honestly. And I do have a bunch of ones that are like similar tuned, but this is just a variation enough to be able to make its way into my favorites bin, because it's just a little bit different from some of the other Harman tunings that are out there. I think they did a good job. Some people may not like these. They may want that super thick bass. They may want more sparkling highs or whatever. For me, I think it works, and it works for a lot of different types of music. So that's what makes this one interesting, and it's made extremely well. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Meze ALBA, and this is the latest from Meze Audio, all the way from Romania. So this is Romania-fi, not Chi-Fi. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I like it. Almost kind of similar, maybe a little bit less bass than my 99s, but that similar sound that Meze has. So if you're a fan of Meze, I think you'll like these very, very much. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.